Today I want to share with you guys my top 10 favorite CrossFit movements, and definitely some of these are a love-hate relationship for sure. I don't like adore them and love doing them all the time, but I do know that they're really good for me and good for increasing my fitness level. So there is some in here that like it's a love-hate relationship. But I'm going to share with you guys my top 10 favorite movements. And if you guys don't do CrossFit, you can still do these in a workout. They're so good for you, for your endurance and for your strength overall. So let's get into it and I will share with you guys my top 10 favorite movements. Alright, so the first CrossFit movement we're going to be talking about, it is a burpee, and that is definitely like a love-hate relationship kind of movement. Like, you know, I don't mind doing them. They can be very taxing. Sometimes I really do hate them, depending how the workout's kind of going and how many I have to do. But at the same time, I love them because they give me a really good workout. I really work hard when I'm doing them. Sometimes I'm moving as slow as a snail, but I'm getting the work done. And in the end, it does really help a lot with my endurance. So over the summer with lockdown and everything like that, I had to do a lot of burpees because there wasn't many exercise movements that I could do just because, you know, limited equipment kind of thing. And that really did help with increasing my endurance. So it is that kind of love-hate relationship thing, because sometimes like in the middle of a workout when I'm dying and, you know, I've done like a crap ton of burpees, I don't feel like doing more. That's where that kind of hate comes in. But in the end, it does give me a really good workout, and you know, we love to hate burpees. Like, it is definitely, I don't know someone who like loves burpees. Let me know down below if you like love burpees, but it's definitely like a love-hate relationship for most people. Like, you kind of like them because they give you a good workout, like they help you with your overall improvement of fitness, but in the end they're like, you know, kind of crappy to do sometimes because they really do kick your butt. The next movement we're talking about is some wall balls. These can be very taxing. I feel like it's almost like a burpee. It kind of has that love-hate relationship kind of thing. Like when there's a lot of wall balls in the workout, like if you're gonna be doing a workout with like over 100 wall balls or even over 50 wall balls, and you're like, you know, like it is taxing, I must say. But in the end, that is also another exercise that is really great to help improve your endurance. You don't realize it when you're doing them. You're like, okay, they're not so bad. But at the same time, I find that wall balls really hike up my breathing just because I'm like looking up at the ball to not like smack in my face. And just that movement, it's like a constant movement. It does hike up your breathing and it does increase endurance when you do a lot of them. So it kind of does have that love-hate relationship with me a little bit, but it's more love because I know when I come into a workout and I get them done, like I feel so strong. I'm like, yeah, I could do these, like I could throw this heavy ball kind of thing. But in the end, they're also very great for a full body movement. I mean, most of the time after you do like a lot of wall balls in a workout, you have a hard time walking. Like I've done wall ball workouts where I'm just like not walking for the next kind of week kind of thing. So it really does kind of kick your butt in that aspect, but even then it's all like an overall kind of movement because you are throwing the medicine ball up above your head and you're catching it. So you still are working your upper, you're keeping your core tight, but it really does work a lot of your legs, of course. Next is box jumps, and these are so interesting. When you have them in a workout, they can be taxing. When I first tried box jumps, I was so scared. I didn't think I could jump that high. I honestly thought I could jump like this high off of the ground. And when I did my first box jump, I was like, oh my God. Like I had David standing next to me because I was terrified of jumping up on a box. Like I'm still a little nervous when it comes to that because, you know, there's been times where I missed the box and I really have hurt myself quite bad. Anyways, box jumps are just really good overall. I like having them in a workout, especially doing different variations. Also adding burpee box jumps, like that's another thing too to make it like even harder. Adding that burpee movement with the box jump movement. Talk about a hard kind of combo together. And it's also fun to try different ones where you're like sitting and then you're jumping up on the box, or just trying different heights. That is something that I'm still working on, but I really like to do because it really does challenge myself and it makes me feel so empowered when I really get a good high box jump. The next movement, you can obviously use a barbell, but I really do like using it with a dumbbell. Just, I feel like it's easier to move with and I just prefer using the dumbbell. but I do like this movement with the bar and the dumbbell, don't get me wrong. And it is a dumbbell hang clean and jerk, or just a dumbbell clean and jerk. I really do love doing those in a workout. I think that they're fun to do, and you can switch up your hands. You can do one side for a while, do the next side for a while, or just keep switching and alternating throughout the workout. I really do like using these, and that's what I like about some of these movements in CrossFit, is that they're full body. Dumbbell clean and jerk, pretty much full body. You got your legs engaged, you got your abs engaged, you got your back engaged, you got your arms engaged. You're using your full body when you're doing this. Definitely take the time to learn it, especially if you're gonna learn it with a bar and if you're gonna do heavy weights. I know it's quite the trend right now to just use it in your everyday fitness exercise if you're not kind of into CrossFit and you don't really know much about Olympic lifting. I've been seeing a lot of people just in like general gyms, like the gyms that you kind of see, the franchises, you know what I mean? Like not like specialty gyms. In general gyms, I've been noticing a lot more people trying Olympic weightlifting. So if you're going to go into doing some Olympic weightlifting, I would advise that you have someone teach you how to do it properly so that you just don't hurt yourself, because definitely these things can be a little tricky because there are like little techniques that you need to follow when doing them. I find it's a lot easier to learn through a dumbbell than it is through a bar if you're just going to use it in your fitness routine, and it's a lot less technical, I guess, than using it with a bar. But overall, dumbbell clean and jerks, really do like using them. And this leads me into my next movement, and that is dumbbell snatches. So this is probably one of the first movements that I ever learned how to kind of do in CrossFit, like one of the more, I guess, CrossFit specific movements. I learned how to do that, and I love snatching. Between cleans and snatching, at first I fell in love with snatching, but now I'm kind of switching over to cleans. Anyways, dumbbell snatches I really like to do, but if you're going to use a bar, like I said, take the time to learn from someone, or take the time to really learn how to do a snatch properly, just because it is very technical. But dumbbell snatches are a lot easier to kind of grasp onto. They're kind of fun to add into a workout, and I really do love doing dumbbell snatches. It's kind of like, I would say these two are probably my favorite, like the hang clean and jerks are clean and jerks, and then the hang snatches are snatches. I kind of like to do them, and of course there's obviously like variations, like you can do squat cleans, or you can do snatch squats, squat snatches, or squat cleans. You can obviously add those variations in, make it a little bit more difficult, but those are definitely two of my like top favorite things, because it's just easier to manipulate the dumbbell than it is sometimes the barbell. And you know, sometimes the weight isn't as heavy with the dumbbell, which, you know, we like to have in a workout when things aren't too heavy sometimes. And kind of staying with some of the weightlifting movements, another favorite of mine, this is definitely a love-hate relationship one, because sometimes I really hate doing these, and that is thrusters. Thrusters, wow, they are like the burpee. They're a similar thing. They really do work your endurance. They really hike up your breathing, but they're so good for you. And I mean, it does obviously help with your strength depending the weight that you're doing. And oh my God, thrusters, sometimes like when they're in the middle of a workout and you're doing them, you're like, you know, like it really cuts your breathing. Like it's really hard, like your breathing gets hiked up pretty fast. And man, they are definitely a love-hate relationship kind of thing for me. Like I know they're good for me, but at the same time, like they are taxing when it comes to a workout. The next movement is overhead squats. I really do like doing these because it really makes me feel so strong. The fact that I can squat something over my head makes me feel so empowered, because that takes so much control of your body to keep that weight over your head, especially when you're doing like a lot of weight. It is really rewarding and makes me feel really good and really strong and really powerful. So if you're someone who is new to doing overhead squats, I really recommend that you learn doing it with a very light weight, or like a PVC pipe, because it does take a lot of control. When I first tried overhead squats, I was like, yeah, I can do 65 pounds. That's easy, like no problem. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, easy. No, I had to drop it down to 45 pounds because I could not control the bar over my head. I was having a hard time. It takes a lot of engagement in your body. It definitely takes a lot of stability and core muscles. Like you got to keep yourself tight so that you don't drop the weight. It is very easy to become like unbalanced, but having the overhead squat and having the strength and the stability when it comes to overhead squats obviously will help you when it comes to doing snatches. So actually, if you want to learn how to do snatches, I really recommend that you start with overhead squats, because that will definitely show you that you probably don't have as much strength and stability as you think you have, and you probably will get stronger and have more stability, and it will help a lot with your snatches, because when you come to hit a snatch, you'll have more stability and be able to control the bar than if you don't practice your overhead squats, obviously. The next movement is definitely a core movement, but it is also a great exercise or movement, I guess, for overall just body control. And I don't know if I would necessarily like put this in a CrossFit workout if it was for like time or anything like that, but if I was doing an EMOM or if I was doing a lot of accessory work, this is definitely one of my favorite movements to do, and that is hollow holds. These are so great to do to have just good body control when it comes to a lot of gymnastic movements. When I first started CrossFit, I didn't do a lot of hollow holds, and it really did show when it came to doing a lot of kipping movements. I wasn't keeping as much body control, but once I started doing more hollow holds, it really did help a lot with body control. And I know a lot of just gymnasts who practice gymnastics do a lot of hollow holds, just so it helps with so much more body control. They're staying tight when it comes to a lot of their movements. So if you really want to get a good strong core and good strength overall, because you're staying in that hollow position, definitely hollow holds are the way to go. They are so good for you. Such a great accessory work, or just to add into an EMOM or something like that, because man, they are definitely good for you and good for your core. The next movement is hand release push-ups. Push-ups definitely can be very taxing, especially if you're doing a lot of them. And hand release push-ups, I find a little less taxing, but you really do have to get into that deep pocket and push yourself out of it, and make sure that you're staying pretty good with your body control, because a lot of times it's very easy to do a push-up and then kind of lose your abs in the back a little bit. So this does help with a good portion of body control, but it also does really just tire out your arms. Push-ups are just a good way to just, you know, completely take any energy out of your arms. That's the way to go. So the last movement that is a favorite of mine is pistols. I love doing these. I am definitely a leg dominant person. I am definitely stronger in my legs. I have way more endurance in my legs. So definitely when it comes to a lot of leg workouts, I love doing them, and one of my favorite movements is pistols. They are definitely hard. They're definitely difficult to do. It takes a lot of control and it takes a lot of strength. And man, if you want something that is gonna burn your booty the next day, it is pistols. When I have a lot of pistols in a workout, oh my God, my butt the next day is definitely sore. So that is something, if you wanna get, you know, a strong booty, strong glutes, try some pistols. It's great. It's really great for working on your balance, just strength overall, individual leg strength, because you will definitely see that you have one leg stronger than the other. A lot of times squats are great because they will help with that leg strength, but you don't really see if you're more dominant on one side or the other. And definitely I am way more dominant, I think, on my right side than my left side. Funny enough, because I am left-handed. Adding in pistols in a workout, so great to do. Really works on that leg endurance and works on that leg strength, especially the individual kind of leg movements. Really great on working on those. So yeah, those are my favorite movements when it comes to doing some CrossFit or just overall fitness, just because they are so great for endurance and strength. So if you guys agree with me and you guys think that these are pretty good CrossFit movements, let me know down below. However, if you guys disagree with me and you guys think that there are better movements out there, let me know down below. And yeah, if you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. It really does help the channel. And if you're not already subscribed, of course you guys know, hit the subscribe button down below. And don't forget to be unstoppable. And I will see you guys in the next video, which will be the CrossFit Open. It is starting. Oh my God, this is exciting. If you guys are doing the CrossFit Open, let me know down below as well. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Cold inside like winter leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again. The skin is getting brown, baby, drink your night.